And it's just a standard 2-car garage. The existing garage is already 2 feet from the fence. Contractor will fireproof that wall. That's about it. Been in Clintonville for about 30 years. Grew up in Westerville, so like the Bills.
And just make the point that this is, so the current garage is very close to the line.
The current garage is 2 feet from the property line. It's a 1.5-car garage though, so it's not really feasible, and it's kind of falling apart because it's.
But you're not moving it any closer to your neighbor's yard?
Nope. No, not at all.
As I noticed, we have three. Yeah, I did get the public notice on it. I haven't heard anything about it.
I did notice in the staff comments that they made some question about the maneuverability
Yeah,
of the
so
house. Did you?
it's kind of funny
give any interest to
that she was doing that. I didn't know we could do that because they said our maneuverability needed to be 20 feet. And right now, it's if the garage would be replaced, it would be the exact same spot, so it would be normal. But that didn't even.
You would need a variance for that, however.
Yeah, so apparently the contractor is redoing the plans to push it back 3 or 4 feet, so that 20 feet is there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're just waiting on the final plans. The city requested it by May 6th, so.
So whose fence is it?
It's my neighbor's fence.
It's your
Yep, yeah, I built it about a year ago.
Do you, so do they need a maintenance agreement from you to take care of their side of the fence without getting too much of your property, or is that not a
No,
problem?
yeah, I mean,
You've always been able to handle it?
oh yeah, yeah.
Does this require a demo permit, or is it not?
Well, if he wants to take, when he wants to take down the garage lot there.
Oh yeah, it's definitely needs.
Is that
It's-
already in the works?
Yeah.
Paperwork on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And just, we're present as a detached residential garage, they email it to us, and as long as I agree, your commissioner agrees, and the chair of the commission agrees, that then you don't have to go through, then they can waive the 60-day wait.
Oh, okay.
And so don't.
But you're saying that the garage is sitting at 2 feet from the property?
Correct.
As we speak?
Yep.
So it's an old garage, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, it's the house was built, I think, in 1913. The garage was cinder block, so it wasn't built back then, but it's old. Definitely built in the 60s. There's a bunch of my motorcycle license plate memorabilia like attached to the rafters with 60s dates on them. So.
I mean, I don't know if this is important because it's not really your issue, but with things this close, sometimes we suggest a maintenance agreement.
Okay.
You might want to ask your neighbor,
All right.
because you wouldn't have any problem.
No, they're cool. My daughter babysits for them, so.
Yeah, and they, I mean, if you moved away and they had this maintenance agreement, then they would never have any problem
There
with
you go.
the
All right.
neighbor. So that's up
Just
to
in
you.
case.
That's up to you,
All right.
since it's really their issue.
Okay.
But it's a thought.
Okay, any other questions from the committee? Any questions from the public? Comments? Okay, do I have a motion to approve? Yeah, do a second. So we'll do the same thing as we did last time, unless there's any discussion. Mike?
Yes, with the strong suggestion that you do get a maintenance agreement for the fence with your neighbor.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes, and I think that's wise.
Yes, for me to approve 7-0, same thing, you'll go before the full commission. You're at the commission next week,
Thanks.
on Thursday,
Next Thursday.
at the Whetstone Library.
What time that is?
They start at 7, but the zoning usually is after 8 o'clock. Do you have any trouble getting there?
No. Thursday is a training night for my team, so I'll just adjust the time.
Yeah, they usually don't get to the zoning agenda until after 8.
Okay.
You might be able to pull it off.
But okay, then I'll see you then. I'll do an initial presentation. basically the same format, except they talk about a lot of things other than zoning. Okay, you can stay if you want, you can, if you
I'm
really
gonna head out,
want.
I got a beagle puppy waiting for me, Thanks.
Good luck.
On to the next item of the agenda, which is 557 Blenheim. To construct a single-story addition to the front of the primary structure, the applicant has to reduce the front yard building line setback from 35 feet to 33 feet. I think we have a.
Hi, I'm Courtney. Yeah, we just want to build out the front of our house. We have a very, very tiny kitchen, galley kitchen, and there's nowhere to go but in the front. And we were working with an architect. It's very important to us to keep the character of the home. And I think the variance is for maybe 1.5 foot or 2 feet is what we're asking.
Just, the commissioner wrote me, she's watching this, well, but she says that she's received no comments from the neighbors, and neither have I.
I actually have one email from one neighbor. Well, I emailed all the immediate neighbors, and they're all like, "Yay, great, sounds good."
I went by the property this afternoon, and the immediate neighbor, I said, I'm here for the zoning, he was outside, he didn't seem to care. So
No.
he was not, I don't know, that's not non-objection to this. He certainly did express that he was really concerned. Do you have questions from the committee?
Just one. The kitchen is in the front. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, our kitchen is kind of the front and then side, so the kitchen butts up to our shared driveway, so there's nowhere to go there, and then there's basement stairs on the other side of the galley, and then there's a bathroom in the back, and there's nowhere to go. And we've been in that house for about maybe 12 years, and plan on staying forever.
Yeah.
Oh, I should just say for the record, I had put the wrong information in the notice about, I think I put the meeting.
Right.
And then on Monday, I got it in the mail before it was 11 o'clock pickup, and she received her copy today while I was there, so they made it.
I have a question. There's a little bump out at the front,
Yes.
just a little, now, is that the kitchen?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that
Part of it.
part of the 2 feet? Will that be part of the 2 foot? Where's the 2 feet from?
The line is from the front door, not
From,
that
so
bump out.
that's actually gonna be part of the addition.
Yes. I'm not sure if I completely understand, but yes.
So you're saying that
We're measuring
from the front door,
Yes.
not from the bump?
I think we're coming out we would like to come out a total of 9 feet from the front door, not the bump out.
And how big is that? Is that about 2 feet? I was wondering, I was looking at it, that could be close to what you're talking about anyway. Maybe a little less.
Yeah, so I'm the artist, not the engineer or the architect. I got the short stick today. It's probably about 2 feet,
Okay.
but so we're bumping out the kitchen and the front room. So
Right,
both
I
rooms
understand,
come out.
yeah.
This looked to me like what the final layout would be is that the front build line of the home will be 2 foot past the 35-foot required setback from the
Correct.
street. So you'd be encroaching on the setback for the entire front of the new build line of the home by 2 foot. So I don't think that bump out will no longer be
Existing.
Mhm.
It just
visible from the
becomes
street.
part of,
Right.
it gets subsumed
Exactly,
into
yes.
the new addition. Is this front part gonna have windows and I was just gonna suggest that that's a good idea because part of the reason you have these setbacks is so that you're not completely blocking out the neighbors who look down the street.
Oh,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So when you have windows, you kind of help that not be a problem.
Yeah, actually, that's one of my biggest concerns, is I don't want the current, living space to become darker by
Right,
moving out.
so you want it like,
yeah.
Okay.
How much how big is the front porch, how wide is it? Or from the house to the front of it?
I don't know that we've,
It's not really a porch.
there isn't a porch.
Right.
There's not a porch?
We will be adding a front porch, but there is not a porch now.
No, but in this design, how much?
Oh,
How much of this?
I don't think we added, I don't think we put on how much, or I don't know if we decided how much.
On the drawing it's 8 feet.
Oh, okay,
So that, I think.
whatever a normal front
And the
porch would
open
be.
porch doesn't count.
Right, exactly.
Okay. And there's no real porch there now, which is.
No, there's not.
Any other questions from the committee? Could you send, who did you get the email support from? Can you just say? Who was the email?
Christy, Lingo, she lives 2 doors down,
2 doors down.
2 doors west.
2 doors west. Okay.
And then I,
You wanna read it to us?
I can
That's-
give it to you guys. Let's see. Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, why don't you just,
To whom it may concern, my name is Christy Lingo, and my family and I reside at 545 Blenheim Road. I am writing today as a neighbor of the Figueroas of 557 Blenheim Road in support of their desire to expand their kitchen and add a front porch to their home. If you have any additional questions for me or require additional documentation, please do not hesitate to contact me. Her number and email are on here. Sincerely, listening. And I, like I said, I emailed all of my close neighbors, and I mean, they weren't official replies like this, but they were like, yay, love a front porch, you know, so, I don't know, those count.
Does anyone from the public have anything to say? Do we have a motion to approve as submitted?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Can we have some discussion?
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, I think this is my like tall garage issue. You know, setback lines are important, they are. It's for the attractiveness of the street and everything like that. We're not talking about just a 2-foot bump out beyond the setback line, there's also gonna be a front porch on the front. And if we allow this, and this becomes the precedent, while you allow them to do it here, you know, you're gonna end up with an unattractive street, you know, zigzagging on that. Now, if this request was on a street that already has multiple setbacks, like East Lakeview, okay, the houses already are jagged, I don't think I would care as much, but this is one time. So, I don't know, it's just, I'll add space to the side, I'll add space to the back, but the setback line is very important to me. That's all. That's my discussion.
I have a question for you. The setback line aside, or just 2 feet, the porch, when also being added, is it equally as objectionable to you?
I gotta say it's less. I mean,
Right.
there's a porch out here.
Yes.
So I guess we can do that.
Am I allowed to say?
Yeah, go ahead.
Absolutely.
Yes, go ahead.
I was under the impression that there actually already is precedent for this in the neighborhood, and if you go farther down the street, there's houses that are way closer than my house. My house is pretty far set back. So, and there's, you know, my, section of the street doesn't have front porches, but the houses that do are much more inviting and much nicer. And those houses are much closer to the street than mine.
And you're going away from the larger homes, you're going further towards North High Street, and you're going west of Grandin. And those blocks are different than the block that your house is on.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm looking at the attractiveness from block to block.
Mm-hmm. I mean, in my case, I think that it'll become more attractive, because I think that those houses with front porches and closer to the street are more attractive, in my opinion.
Remember, your house is right on the The border where they change housing styles?
No,
No.
not really.
No.
It's, you have to go a little further west for that. But that block in particular, those are those proposed for,
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them was the building.
one
So
and a
there
half,
are
one
components.
story, yeah.
It's like 4 different floor plans.
Does anyone else have any comment? Okay, then it's time to vote. Mike?
Yes.
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 Yes, and I would recommend that you, find examples of what you were talking about of other houses near you that, you could point to and say, if you have a couple of those, take a picture.
Would it be, so the ones further down the street don't?
Even a little further down the street, you don't wanna go too far, but if there's something, within your block or shortly within your block that you can point to as an example, that might not be a bad thing to bring to the meeting.
Okay.
So when you share it, you wanna be able to give perspective on how adjacent or close it is to you.
Okay.
And I'll vote yes as well.
So 6-1.
6-1 approval. And it's,
My garage.
We all have our,
I think the commission, I think, actually, no, the commission gets better perspectives when there's a dissent. So that's-
oh, I'm glad you think that.
So thank you,
My
again, same
gosh,
thing,
I'm glad to hear that.
everything else, as I said before, you'll be on the agenda on Thursday night at the Political Area Commission.
I think we'll be out of town, but the architect will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just have someone there in case they have questions, because if someone comes up with questions and complaints and there's no one, I saw that happen last time,
Okay,
that's not good for the applicant.
okay, great, thank you.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Correct, and I think he was planning on going on to BZA, I think it was the Erie, the Erie garage.
Oh, last one, yeah.
Yeah, we voted yes, one of the commission, some neighbors objected and he wasn't there to defend it, and I do think a couple of the commissioners said, we'd like an answer to those concerns.
But he was at our meeting, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought I remembered that.
But, okay, then this is moving on faster than I expected to. 211 North Ridge Road, BZA 23045, applicant to raise and rebuild a detached garage. The applicant seeks to increase the height of the detached garage from 15 feet to 21 feet. We have the applicants here, yes.
Hi,
Yeah.
I'm Jessie Gardner, I'm representing the homeowner. So we are proposing removing an unattractive detached garage that is currently less than a foot away from the property line. And we're proposing on building a new detached garage that matches the facade of the home and builds the character of the house and is further away from the street. And it will meet setbacks. The only variance we are requesting is that it be taller. And we'd like it to be taller so that we can have storage up above. We're not proposing this be finished space. The homeowner is a huge gardener, so the most space we can keep and retain in that yard, the better. So we're proposing a 1.5 car garage and storage up above.
David, I said is this the application that's keeping the existing garage and adding a second garage?
No, we're tearing down the old one and building brand new.
Okay, that's just, okay, I misunderstood, I'm glad
Yeah.
I misunderstood that.
I wanted to show the location of the old garage just to show how it is non-variable.
Okay,
Because
yes,
of the
go ahead.
setbacks, so I wanted to show you where the new one is going.
No, I appreciate it, I'm glad.
And also I wanted to note that we have 6 neighboring approvals, so all the neighbors are in favor, so.
I have at least a couple of them here, did you send them to the other side, didn't get out?
I sent one attachment which has 5, and then I sent you another one 2 days ago that has the last.
Okay, oh, I see, I see.
Yeah, there's
Oh.
multiple neighbors in that
Oh, I
one
see, okay,
attachment.
yes, okay.
Yeah.
I see. So we have multiple neighbors saying that they approve it. And then there was, Hugh did say, but he also.
Yeah, that's the final one was the rear neighbor.
No, I mean Hugh Crowe,
Oh, I'm sorry.
the commissioner, I think I did get something from him. And it was positive. I'm trying to find what he said. I searched for Hugh, it's not gonna show. No. Yeah, it's Britain, no, this was.
I thought this would be Britain's district.
Oh, Brittany, okay, yeah, okay, this,
Oh, you're right.
okay. Yeah, Brittany didn't have any, Brittany did say she didn't get any comments from anyone. Do we have questions from,
I do, so this is cold storage, no
Yes,
heat, no
correct.
plumbing.
Correct.
I do like the renderings that show the architectural mimicking of the house. I think it's very nice. Okay, thank you.
okay. Do we have any other questions from the committee?
That's comments, not
Okay,
questions.
go ahead, that's, you want to do that part of it? You want to do it now, she can respond and then we.
Yeah, I will do it now. I'm typically reluctant to approve these height variances. I appreciate here how you're using the height to match the pitch of the roof, which is one instance that in the past we always, give an exception to these height variances to. And I also see that you're not trying to build a 720 square foot garage with additional 720 square foot on top of it to increase the size of the garage. It's a fairly modest, small size garage compared to others. So I do see the hardship here with trying to fit it in the lot as well. So I think while we get a lot of these height variances that don't seem to have some hardships or any rationale for the height variances other than I want more space, this one, I do see some exceptions to.
Do there be any comments from the public? Okay, then let's do I have a motion to approve?
I move.
All in favor, oh, just any second?
Yes. Second.
Any discussion? Okay, the same vote as before, start with Mike.
Yes.
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 Yes, so recommend approval 7-0. We'll see you at the next, I will be there next week, just specifically, please be there. And I can tell the applicants, the people, not applicants, the neighbors of West North Broadway that I have received absolutely nothing, I've heard absolutely nothing from that applicant. I have no idea what's going on. And I will keep to my promise that I would at least oppose a motion to table that without properly notifying you. And my guess is that, does anyone else here think that if they disagree with me that West North Broadway applicant comes back without time for public notice, we shouldn't table it?
I think we have to.
I just want them to hear that. Anyone disagree with that?
Wait, the West North Broadway.
Yes.
2 months ago.
Yeah, we voted to table it.
Yeah.
Technically, under Robert's rules, we can just file a motion to take it off, but I wanted to get the,
Yes, I agree.
do you agree? Ann?
I'm sort of unclear about the train of what happened.
Okay.
We were talking about this and then.
Oh, no, you're done, you're done. We're done right now, you're almost, you are done, you can sit down. I'm sorry, Tanya, I'm sorry to do that. But I wanted, they were very concerned about something, and I wanted them to hear, that you're clearly welcome to keep coming. I just wanted to make sure that if you're coming because you think we might sneak it up on you, that will not happen. If we tried to do that, the commission would skewer us for that.
But
We have
I'm
no
always-
concern that you would do that, and we are just interested in the machinations of our local government.
Okay.
How it works, and I've been learning a lot about that.
You're perfectly, and
We appreciate that, and you're welcome to come to that, so thank you.
thank you for taking the time to show up and pay attention to what's going on.
But they haven't indicated that they want to come back.
They have not, I've heard nothing from them.
Well,
They,
non-variances, I'm okay with that. There's a lot of variances on that application.
no, but and that's the kind of thing that I would let out sooner rather than
Okay.
rather than move to the normal. So the next meeting, our next meeting is, just watch it, it's Wednesday, May 24th. That comes earlier, this is not the last Wednesday of the month, because the commission meeting is June 1st, so we are May 24th. So make sure you show up on May 24th. Do you have a motion to adjourn? Any opposed? Approved without objection. The meeting's adjourned. Okay. I'm gonna try to